What's going on, guys? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. It is almost 9:20 a.m. We got about 11 minutes here to the market open. So time to get into the watch list that should be up in your members dashboard at the daytraderchatroom.com. Let's take a look real quick here. A little bit of the market briefing before we jump into the watch list on the morning. Dow futures fell nearly 250 points as concern builds over European outbreaks. Austria announced Friday morning that it will re-enter a full national lockdown due to resurgence cases. Nasdaq futures were modestly higher, however, supported by a generally upbeat pre-market for tech stocks. Intuit shares soared more than 13% in Friday's pre-market, the morning after the TurboTax software company blew past estimates with quarterly earnings and raised full year's revenue guidance. The Nasdaq, the S&P 500 on Thursday closed at records and were tracking for positive weeks. The Dow dipped, now more than 1.5% away from its November 8th record close. The 30 stock average was on pace for a negative week. So we got a little bit of mixed stuff going on out there. So let's get into the actual watch list for the day. Let me bring it up here real quick. On the dashboard here at the daytraderchatroom.com. Guys, those of you watching on YouTube, make sure to come over and join the free Discord. I will be streaming a little bit longer on YouTube today. It's just a little impromptu YouTube stream. And today, the watch list, we have Lgvn, Gtech, GTEC, RIVN, RIVN, and Fun, PHUN. That one's providing a little bit of fun here in pre-market. So let's get into those here and start going over some of the levels. First one for sure. Well, you know what? We got Fun right here. So let's just jump into that one right there. Have a little fun. Fun coin by Funware to begin trading. Right. So that's what the news is going to be on that one. They have Fun coin they're launching. So that'll be on the blockchain, watching for the 460 area to hold support on pullbacks. Right now we're underneath that level. I wanted to see it break that level. You can see here on the daily, this is actually an old line that I drew on, that's here on February of this year. Okay, I drew this line, so it's been a while apparently. And then there you go, boom. We have found support there at those zones. Sorry guys, having a little issue at one of the rental properties and dealing with that. So sometimes I'll be getting some text messages here I got to reply to. So PHUN, we got that little bounce off of 330. You have this like crypto type news with Funcoin and all that good stuff. So, you know, maybe they'll have some hype, but I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of hype on stuff like this unless it just starts to squeeze and it gets through 520. Now, watching for a break and hold of 460, maybe that'll send it towards 520. Break over that, then you're really talking about you having room to the mid sixes, almost $7 there, okay? So keep that one on watch. Next one I am watching, obviously, is going to be, what is this? RIVN. RIVN we traded yesterday. I traded the day before, so 2 back-to-back home run days with put options on RIVN. I don't think I'm going to trade it today. I said yesterday I'd probably stay away from it for now. Maybe if I would have been able to have gotten it closer to this 120 zone, I might have gone for the bounce play on there. This is that line we drew yesterday during the market hours, talking about this possibly being a potential bounce area. You see previous resistance here on the daily. Yesterday was support, and now today in pre-market, we have found support where? At 120. Okay, so on this one, you know, maybe you get a shot if you get a little pullback on it. This 127 zone could be a little bit of potential minor resistance on it. You know, if you get a pullback to kind of like that 125 area, maybe that gives a bounce area. If not the 120 for sure, obviously, because we have that previous level there from the daily. So I'm probably going to stay away from RIVN today. More than likely, unless it just sets up so clean that I have to trade it. I think it'll be a little bit choppy, a little bit more difficult I think the two best trading days on it, for at least for the backside, were these 2 days. The bounce here would be more suited for a swing trade, but I need it closer to 120 for that. So for now, I'll let it go, but it is on the watch list, guys. Okay, so we went over fun, we went over RIVN. Let's jump on over to Gtech. Whoa, Gtech, man. I talked about it having room to $9 in the watch list. So Gtech launches second electric industrial EV, the GEL 1800 electric wheeled front loader. Okay, so this is industrial equipment that's going to be that is electric, that have launched their second one. I was watching for the 650 area to hold support on pullbacks, and it could have room towards 9, that 200-day moving average zone. 9 here was in the 830s. Sorry, the 200-day moving average was here in the 830s, and then you had room towards 9. There you go. It's already kind of done the move, which kind of sucks here in pre-market. So we'll see whether or not maybe it wants to hold that 200-day moving average as support. Because I think now a pullback down to 650 might be a little bit too deep. So it had to identify, a level a little bit higher. Let's see here. What about these 750s? Those don't look too bad. 750 doesn't look too bad at all. You got previous resistance back here with previous support right there. And then you have previous resistance all up in here. So maybe watch those 750s. Let's see if that level holds support this morning on pullbacks. Maybe it gets us a little move. Guys, remember over on YouTube, do me a quick favor, smash that like button. Really goes a long way with helping out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's take a look here. And then last but not least, of course, the one everyone is watching, Lgvn. So Lgvn, huh? This one yesterday I didn't trade. I did go over it in the recap, because in the chat over in the Discord we did, just James, JJ, he was all over it. A bunch of members nailed it. Man, we analyzed it right after I closed out my RIVN trade. We came on over to Lgvn, and right here, when this candle started to form, I was like, guys, this looks really, really good. And we went over the 100-day moving average, which is what it lined up with right there, bang. The VWAP, 90 MA, and we also had, if I'm not mistaken, a fib level. Let's double check real quick. Yep, the 23.6 fib. And I was like, guys, this looks amazing. And sure enough, it did make a real nice move. That one did make a real nice move. So we'll see what happens here on this one today. I think it definitely still has momentum, and it has a bunch of shorts that are trapped. I'm looking at it for 2 levels, okay? I'm looking at it for 2 levels, and those levels are going to be the 10-16 area right here, so $10, the $10 area, and then the 1260s area. We're underneath, we're in between both now, so I don't like that, because we're in the middle of no man's land type thing. So I don't really like that. I'm not a fan of that, but I'll keep an eye on it to see if it can break through that 1260, or if it's just going to pull back, give us some slow pullback back into this $10 zone. And if it does, then it'll be interesting there. You can see here previously, $10 top right there, 1260s top right here. So those are levels to watch. I mean, bottom support, I'd have to say, is probably going to be in that $9 range. And I think at that point, it might kill off a lot of momentum if it got down there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think also we had a pretty big move in pre-market already. So I don't know. It's one of these where probably we'll see maybe like a quick little pop and then a drop, and then it'll kind of like find some support. And if it's going to have day number 2, it'll trap shorts, give us a nice elongated U shape, and then a nice red to green move, maybe 10, 1030, 1030, 1045. within that time frame, I would say. I mean, I think honestly, ideally, that would be like one of the best case scenarios. You'll see the drop. You'll see VWAP resistance. It'll hit VWAP a few times, show resistance on VWAP, and then on one of those like late morning VWAP tests, it'll break through and hold, and then maybe we get the squeeze. So that's what I'll be watching on it. Well, there's the bell. Those of you who are new, you know, I don't, you might not know, but I don't trade the opening bell. I wait for patterns to develop. So I will be very patient here off the bell. Typically my trades don't happen until 9:40, 9:45, 10 o'clock. All right, guys. So good luck. Let's kill it. Guys, over on YouTube, I'm going to stream a little bit here into the market open. But I won't be on here for too many hours. So we'll just stream a little while here. So if you want to join the rest of the stream, definitely I suggest to join the Discord. There's a link here in chat for you. You can join there for free. You can come join the stream. We also stream, we can come join the chat. And then we also stream on there for free on Mondays. And every other day, obviously, is just a basic subscription there on the Discord. All right, guys, so Lgbn pushing here towards that $12 resistance line that we drew on the daily. So we've pushed upwards towards that. I'd like to see much more volume than this. This is pretty weak volume comparable to yesterday's volume. If this thing wants a shot today at day number 2, we need to start seeing volume like that, you know? We need to really start to see volume at least like that. 7, 8, 10 million shares traded. Not this 1.7 stuff. That's way too weak. Paul C, welcome. Welcome to the Discord. Wow, that's a really nice move. The volume is rather weak, but it's a big move. We definitely got to keep this one on watch. We've torn through that 1260 zone on it, on Lgvn, and now we're up there halted. 1304. So definitely want to keep on watch here. Guys, remember over at the Discord, if you have any tech issues today, please let me know. Jonal is out. Jonal's the site admin. So just let me know, send me a DM, and I'll get to it as fast as possible because I'm doing my job and his right now. So just a heads up, guys. Okay, so on Lgvn, guys, Lgvn. Oh, nice, Paul. Glad to have you there. So, guys, on Lgvn, the 1260s area would be an area to watch. That would be an area to watch for potential support coming out of the halt. If we were a little bit later in the morning here, you know, I wouldn't mind maybe going after it out of the halt. But this is such a big gap up that I have to think there's going to be some profit taking place here rather soon. So I'm going to be really patient. Look, and if I miss Lgvn, it's no big deal to me. I missed it, and that's it. It is what it is. Banger, amazing week we've had in chat. And I'm not going to chase a play. I'm not going to chase a play because of foam or emotions. That stuff, that doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't grow accounts. Okay, so I'll watch it. If it gives me a setup later this morning that I can trade, I'll trade it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. No biggie. You know, there's other plays. There will be always other plays at some point or another. PHUN coming on back down here. So PHUN coming back down here. RIVN with a nice move, guys. That's a real nice bounce back on RIVN today. Well, I'd watch for this 127.50 zone to maybe be a potential support zone if it decides to go red on the day. The Lgbn still halted. Tesla up here around 1090s. Let's check in on the SPY real quick. SPY, just not doing much right now. A little bit of a bear flag formation there. PHUN pulling in here. I'm not going to expect a whole lot out of PHUN, to be honest. I think most of the attention is going to be over on Lgvn, of course. Okay, so Lgvn opened, squeezing up here. It opened flat, squeezed up to a high day now of 1395. Let's see what it's going to do here. I'm going to give it plenty of time to kind of cool its jets and give me some sort of setup. This one's going to be super volatile. I wouldn't mind to see it come back down, get halted to the downside, and retrap some shorts out of the halt. You know, it just holds support and just comes right back to life. That'd be friggin' fire. So watching Lgvn, watching Gtech, right off the watch list here. Gtech with the move towards 10. So this one's going to be on watch. This one could move in sympathy. Lgvn just still trading above that a halt price for now, above 13. I wouldn't mind seeing it extend a little bit towards over 14 and then later give the pullback into that mid 12s and then giving us a nice U shape. That might work out. We'll see. Yeah, Calvin, I trade on Charles Schwab still. The software that I use for charting is TC2000. There you go. Now you're getting that squeeze on Lgvn over the $14 zone. I'll be watching this $13 zone for support. It's a previous halt price, 23.6 Fibonacci. We got VWAP in that general vicinity. So I'll be watching to see if it gives a pullback into that zone and holds. I mean, better yet, a nasty flush and a halt to that zone to the downside would be even greater if it holds. Well, there you go. Speaking of, looks like we're gonna halt here at 1245. What kind of sucks about that is that we're underneath that daily support, potential support level. We're under it, so we're halting underneath that. I would have preferred it squeezed up a little bit higher and then pulled into that zone and halted there. That would have been a little bit better. That would have been a little bit better. Calvin, I only use what you see on the chart there. Intraday would be for me 9 AMA and VWAP. And then of course the Fibonacci levels, but I use them in conjunction. I do not use them singled out. And then on daily, I use the 100, the 200, the 100, the 50 day, and the 200 day moving averages. So this is going to be interesting here now to see whether or not we hold these levels. My kid's outside the door, dying to get in here. All right, guys, we're just going to be waiting here to see how it acts coming out of this halt. If it quickly reclaims that $12.60 to $13 zone, that could be an area to get long. Guys, over on Discord, if I do get long, I'll try to put out the alerts, but verbally it'll be much quicker in this case because of the level of volatility on this play. Also, note that this is going to be extremely volatile, big spreads, and one isn't going to be able to step into this thing and be like, oh yeah, okay, so my support's at 1260, I'm in at 1280, 20-cent risk. That's not going to happen on this thing, okay? This thing does, in my opinion, require a little extra wiggle room. So, the stops would be deeper on this, in my opinion, and how I'll trade it. I'm still looking for that type of setup here where we can maybe regain that previous halt price as support. It might just go really quickly and I might not even be able to get a shot at it, but we'll see what happens. So watching share size on this is absolutely essential. So there we are, we're back open. We're holding on to that $12 zone. I want to see if we can get back up over 1260. Otherwise, maybe it can come back down and give a double bottom type setup. You got VWAP and the 23.6 fib level lining up at that previous halt price. I would ideally like to see a break of that and then a pullback into that zone on some light volume, or a strong hold, and then maybe we can go. Well, then maybe it makes its move. Right now, out of the halt, it's trying to hold up. But I have to imagine we're going to see some sort of profit taking, more so than we just saw. There we go. Now we're under 12. This is what's expected. I wouldn't be surprised to see another halt to the downside. Wouldn't that surprise me in the least bit? Is Roblox moving? Nice little move. Guys, notice how Gtech behaved extremely similar to that of Lgvn. Lgvn is now probably going to be the leader here, and Gtech is going to be moving in sympathy. So keep eyes on that. Nvidia, nice red to green move there. If it can get over, if it can hold that 323.50 zone, it's got a shot at making new highs again. And Gtech getting murked. Can't even hold down to that 200-day moving average. That's nasty looking. That first 15 minutes of action. Look at this. Look at this candle. That is nasty. No problem, Paul. Little Cuban coffee. Guys, over on YouTube, I'll tell you what, it's a lot of work to be doing my trading, the Discord, and the live stream here on YouTube all at the same time during market hours. So do me a quick solid there, smash that like button for me, because I didn't think it'd be this much work. It really is. Also, I'm not going to be on the live stream here on YouTube all morning. And I rarely do the live stream during market hours, just in pre-market. So there's the Discord link. Feel free to join there and you can come chat with us. And so I'm still really looking at Lgvn guys and Gtech. I like both of these names. for possible squeezes today. Gtech for comeback, Lgvn for continuation. But now Lgvn, it's got to hold on to this double bottom type setup here. Otherwise, I think it won't bounce again until $10 or so. So ideally here, to be more bullish, a hold of this double bottom, a break through the previous halt price of earlier this morning when we squeezed towards 13, and then hold that level of support. Then I think we can get that crazy squeeze that could take this thing towards 17. That's what I'm looking at, The Gtech trying to hold on as well. Fun, like we thought it would be, rather choppy up in here. It's got decent volume. It's just got too much overhang resistance on it. Plus, imagine the amount of bag holders this thing has from $20. That's the problem with fun. Roblox with a nice little push here, really good volume. RIVN. Wow, RIVN was super whiplash. Bang, new high. Boom, new low. Bang, new high. This thing is strong. To be able to come from a fresh new low like this to a fresh new high, definitely one to keep on watch there. I haven't missed a play all week long, so I wouldn't be surprised if I miss one today with everything that's going on here. Lgvn and RIVN are definitely some to keep on watch right now. No, Joe, I don't. As you can see, look, if you look at my chart right now, there's literally no pre-market data on there. I don't use pre-market data during market hours. The only levels that I'll keep in mind from pre-market would be price levels that line up with a daily level, with some sort of important support or resistance zone. Otherwise, I don't. That doesn't matter what it did in pre-market, unless it was that or just a major weakness and it sold off. Then I really don't even keep them on the watch list much. But yeah, my fib levels, do my VWAP, 90 MA, none of that. I don't use pre-market data for any of that. All right, guys. So far this morning, no trades for me thus yet. Still watching and waiting. Watching and waiting to see if any of these are going to give me a setup. If it doesn't give me a setup, I'm not going to take the trade. Simple as that. Today, all week long, I've been more focused on the large caps and mid cap and large cap stocks. I've been focused more on them throughout the week. But this morning here, I'm more focused on the small caps because of the moves we saw yesterday. We saw not only big move in Lgvn, but we saw continuation in the afternoon when it went back to test new high, the highs of the day, and then in after hours it squeezed. And then not only that, but we saw second day continuation this morning. So definitely, one that I'd keep on watch here. Now, does it look good? Not right now. Not right now. Nvidia looks way better for a pullback into 323. As a matter of fact, it's very interesting, Nvidia into 323. I'm going to be watching that 323 area on Nvidia. will be watching Nvidia for a low volume pullback into this 323 area. We got VWAP 9 AMA 38.2 Fibonacci level lining up with that daily level here, which is yesterday's open, and it's this day's open as well on the 9th. I'll be watching that level. What's Lgvn doing? So Lgvn all the way back down under 11 now. So Lgvn this morning absolutely probably nailed a bunch of chasers, a bunch of people chasing it, thinking that this thing's going to go to 20 bucks right out the gates, not waiting for levels to hit. They probably got smoked this morning on Lgvn, and that's sad to see. You know, that's sad to see, because I know people probably like, oh, it's gonna, it's gonna halt, let me just buy it, and they buy it there at the top on the halt. This thing smashes all the way up here. Then they're like, oh my god, let me try to take some profit, and it starts to sell off, and they're like, oh, let me just hold on to a little bit, see if it bounces back up. Boom, gets halted to the downside, and now they're here holding a bag. And that happens. That happens to new traders often. So me, on the other hand, here, I'm just watching it, waiting to see what if we can get back up over 13. If we get back up over 13, it'll get my attention again, and I'll look to trade it. Nvidia, I'm watching for 323. Look, it didn't pull in. Guess what? No trade. It didn't pull into my level. I was wanting to buy it down here on a pullback. Did not pull in. Just held up here, squeezing higher now. No trade for me. Simple. It is that simple. It is that simple. When you know what trades and what setups you want to take, and you wait for them. If they don't come, you don't take them. People make it a little bit complicated and trade on emotions. No. Trade on the analysis. Trade on the analysis. I'm still interested in Nvidia. I'm still interested right now in Nvidia. I'm still interested in Gtech. I'm still interested in Lgvn. I'm so interested in these. I haven't written them off. Nice move on AMD here. Let me take a look at the watch list real quick. Okay, so yeah, we've been watching all of them. One couldn't hold up. Gtech finding VWAP resistance right now. Lgvn not doing anything. Nvidia squeezing higher. The only trouble for me on Nvidia is that this move higher, we're not getting the volume increasing. We're actually getting the volume decrease a little bit. That's not ideal. Whoops. That's not ideal. Guys, over on YouTube, do me a quick solid. Smash that like button for me real quick. Helps out with the stream tremendously. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Nvidia maybe now starts to pull in a little bit here. If you look at Nvidia, what it's just done right now is basically almost double topped on the daily chart. Let me see. We might have even double topped. Let's see. The high yesterday was new all-time high 327.60. Today so far our high is 327.37. Pretty close. That's pretty close. I would still be interested in a low volume pullback into this mid 323s. I'll still be interested in that, in a low volume pullback back down there towards the mid 323s. Lgbn trying to creep back up. Remember, we drew this line here at 1016. So we talked about this $10 area. Low of day right now looks to be in the high 10s. We've pulled in a little bit there, trying to get a bounce. Remember, right in pre-market, I said I would love to see nothing more than that push up, come back down as profit takers come in, VWAP resistance, and then around 10:30 or so, we might see a VWAP break and hold, and then we get a squeeze. So I will be watching for that setup. Nvidia, on the other hand, still refuses to pull in, and I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to chase it. Nvidia can go to $335 today. It'll do so without me if it does not give me the pullback I want. That is discipline. The way you protect your capital in your account and your mental capital is by staying disciplined. That's a really nice move on Nvidia. That VWAP break right here was money shot. Thanks for the likes, guys, over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There goes Nvidia testing the high of day now. No trade yet. Gtech testing VWAP. Gtech Lgvn, definitely the number one and number two smallies to watch. Roblox with a nice move today. Nice comeback here after yesterday's nasty day. I'm honestly surprised to see it up here today. I'm honestly surprised. I thought we would start to get our pullback into that 110 zone, which I want for a swing trade. Meanwhile, Facebook, nice comeback on Facebook. Nice comeback on Facebook, guys. This swing trade is shaping up really, really nice. I might watch Facebook in that 343 area for a day trade on it. Maybe. I'll trade the stock itself on that one. Nvidia new highs there. It just refuses to pull back. It refuses to pull back. Lgbn, see what we talked about, that VWAP resistance? Bang. VWAP resistance right there. Now we're pulling in here to see if it holds the low of day there. Gtech through VWAP here, halted now. Look at the level of volatility we're seeing on these. Now there's a disconnect. Earlier this morning, Gtech was trading in sympathy to Lgvn. Lgvn squeezed up, so did Gtech. Lgvn came back down, so did Gtech. Now we have Gtech tearing through VWAP. We're starting to get a nice little increase in volume. We're halted just underneath the day's high and just above this 930 zone we had identified on the daily chart. Lgvn with a nasty rejection off of VWAP there, new lows of day on it. And now Nvidia coming back down after putting in a high of 327.85. Guys, over on YouTube, make sure you come by and join the community here at the Discord here for the Day Trader chat room. Check it out there, link in the chat section. So I'm still watching, you know, the same ones, Lgvn, Gtech, and Nvidia, to see if they give me a setup that I can get long comfortably with really nice predetermined stop loss. I don't chase momentum. So, you know, on Gtech here now, I really wish it would have just broken through the high of day, then halted. We're halted here in front of the high day. You know, maybe we gap up above it. That's very possible. Maybe we gap up above it. But it's just gonna makes the trade that much harder to kind of get into. If this would be like that 930 area, I'd be a little bit more comfortable, but $9 isn't too bad. It's not too far off the level. As a matter of fact, we have some nice little tops back here that line up just right at $9. So I will be watching out of the halt Gtech here for the $9 hold. See if that holds support. Okay guys, so out of the halt here, I'm gonna watch and see if we get a quick little dip into this $9 zone. See if that holds support. If it does, I'll probably look to get long there and see if I can ride this towards the highs. I'm just like pre-typing my orders here, guys. All right, so Gtech unhalted, opened up flat, pushed up through the highs. I was hoping we'd get a pullback, but no. There we go. Now it's just squeezing. All good. Like the way I see it is, I'm not a chaser. I'm not going to chase these things. So they either give me my pullback and they go to the price point I want to buy it at, or there's no trade to be had. Simple as that. This is the problem when the market is full of FOMO. These plays just refuse to pull back. They just squeeze higher as chasers chase. Possibly next level of resistance on Gtech will be here in the 1070s. You can see here past support at that level. Right now, high day 1071. Lgbn halted to the downside here at 1001. That VWAP projection was disgusting. Let's check in on Nvidia. Nvidia just trying to hold that 9 EMA now. It's not as clean anymore. Let me see, what was yesterday's high? Yeah, we're struggling up there in that zone. It's not clean right now. RIVN, maybe a double bottom setup here to watch. If it breaks under 127, then I think it just tries to fill the gap to the downside. GTEC's trying to hold 10. It's really difficult trading right now with these plays because they're not giving you any sort of pattern. They're not giving you anything. It's just purely momentum. So if you're a momentum trader, then you're having a field day. If you're a chaser and you just trade chasing, then well, you're having an awesome day. But you got to remember, days like this are extremely far and few between, right? Like they don't happen very often at all. Look at that. Look, that's why you don't chase. Now you're going to get halted to the downside. You just went from 1081 high of day okay, from 1081 high a day, and now you're halted at 933, and this happened in less than 2 seconds. I'd say it happened in less than a second. This is why you don't chase. And this is literally why I decided to go live on YouTube today, because I know there's a bunch of you out here on YouTube that aren't members at the Discord. And I knew today was going to be like this. And I was like, you know what, let me get out there and put out this type of information and discipline on the live stream on YouTube, so that, you know, at least the people that follow me on and subscribe to my social media and my YouTube, at least I'm out there, and it's not because I wasn't out there that they got hurt. All right, this is the stuff that I was talking about. You know, now there's a bunch of people who stepped in here and they're like, oh my God, this thing's going to go to the moon, and they bought it up here at the highs, and now they're halted at 933, and they probably bought oversized, and they're down a crap ton of money. Now, what am I doing? You know what I'm doing, right? What numbers did I say earlier? The 930 area, right? So now I'm going to watch out of this halt to see if Gtech is going to hold this 930 area where VWAP, the 9 AMA is at. Okay, that's what I'm going to watch. And let's see if that level holds support. If that level holds support, coming out of this halt to the downside, shorts are going to be trapped. They're going to be screwed. They're going to be very nervous. And then I'm going to step in there, get long with a very nice, clear, defined stop loss. If I'm wrong and I get stopped out, no big deal. I get stopped out within my risk tolerance. I don't get flushed a million points, right? I'll get stopped out according to my risk tolerance, and that's it. But if I'm right, boom, get paid. So I want to see what happens out of this halt. If we hold 9, it'll be very interesting. Nice, Jeremy. There you go. Hell yeah. Jeremy over the Discord. I did like you, Jesse. No good pullbacks, no trade. Exactly. Exactly. If there's not a good pullback to a level that you feel comfortable buying in front of, then there's no trade to be had. There's no trade to be had. You trade according to plans. That's how we've been killing it in the room. Trading according to plans. No emotions. You input your trade data, right, into the computer. You tell the computer, this is what I want you to do. The computer's going to execute like that. It's not going to have emotions. So we do not have the luxury to have those emotions because we're out here up against computers. You know, some days no trade is better than taking a trade, than opening a position. Right now, I don't have a position. The only position I have, as far as my active trading accounts go, is my swing trade on Facebook, and I'm up like 20 bucks a share on that. On Gtech here, I have no position. I have no position on anything. There you go. There you go. Boom, boom, no position. Watching Gtech. I'm going to watch Gtech here, guys. See if it wants to hold. Let me check. I hope it doesn't open when I switch charts. Okay. Let's see what happens there. Good job, Paul. Staying disciplined, guys. Discipline saves your capital in your account and your mental capital. That mental capital is absolutely essential. Sorry, guys, getting text messages from my property manager on the rental down in the Keys. So I'm answering that. All right, let me focus up here. Boom. All right, so yeah, like I said, if Gtech opens, holds 9, cool. If it doesn't, gets under 9, I'll keep an eye on it. And if it regains 9, I'll watch it again. Because remember, here what happens is now that was a short signal. Failed new high, gets rejected, shorts pile on in. If the level holds, you have a bunch of shorts that are trapped. But size is essential here. You cannot oversize on a position like this because of the level of volatility. If it's a stock that doesn't have a high level of volatility, it's not the same as one with a high level of volatility. You have to remember that these tend to have slippage in them. Also, you need to have wiggle room because they're not going to hold to the penny. Okay, we opened up. We're here at 9. No position yet for me. Why do I have this hourglass? There we go. Still no position. If you're hearing those little sounds, that's just the Discord. That's just the Discord going crazy. Let me mute my other computer here. Still no position, guys. Still no position. We were halted 933. And that coincides really good with that daily level. We were halted 933. We're not breaking down just yet, but there's a tug of war going on here in that $9 to $8 and change level. There's a tremendous tug of war here. Anyone have eyes on Nvidia? How's that one doing? I don't want to switch over to that one right now. I'm still watching Gtech. Nvidia trying to retest 327 again. Sucker strong. It doesn't want to pull in. That Nvidia. Thank you, Paul. Okay, so Gtech hasn't broken down completely yet. I still have no position in it. I'm still watching. But the fact that it hasn't just flushed to 8 already might have shorts a little uncomfortable based off of them remembering how Lgvn behaved over the last 24 hours. The float on Gtech is 4.51 million. Lgbn was 2.68. Not much different. Still watching. A lot of selling is taking place there. You can see it across the tape. So much red every time it gets near 9. A lot of selling is taking place and we have a tremendous tug of war. There you go. I just wrecked the armrest on my chair on accident. This chair was a mistake. Guys, if anyone has a good tip on like a quality, I don't care how much it costs, honestly. Mattresses and chairs, spend too much time on them. A quality, good, solid chair, and I would say gaming chair just because of YouTube. I want the chair to look cool. Let me know, please. Drop it in chat somewhere. Send me a message because, man, I'm tired of buying chairs. And I don't want it to look like some boring office chair because of YouTube. Otherwise, I don't care. So I go through chairs too much Spend way too many hours on these chairs. All right, so Gtech, not looking the greatest right now, guys. I hate days like this because it's, look at that chart. That thing's ugly. But I'm not giving up on it just yet. If it made a new low of day, then, you know, I'd probably just kind of write it off for now. Maybe back burner list it. But right now I have to keep it on watch because it's still hanging out there in that $8 zone. Sorry, $9 zone. Look at Nvidia. It just refuses to pull in. It refuses to pull in. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to chase it any more than I would anything else. Oh, Jerry. I guess I should be more specific on the price point of the chair. It should not cost more than my small boat. Good Lord. What? Oh my God. All right. Let me set a price limit. $1,000 max on the chair. $1,000 max on the chair. Good Lord. That was a picture somebody, Jerry, longtime member at this point of the daytraderchatroom.com, posted in the Discord. Friggin' Jerry. You can always count on Jerry for a good laugh. Gtech back above $9 here, guys. I hate the fact that it broke underneath that level so much. I'm not just gonna step in here and buy it at 9. That's just not gonna happen. It's got to show me that there's support there, meaning it's gonna have to break above it, pull back into it at this point. On the way, the beast. The King over at the stream there on YouTube says that CEO of Uber purchased 9 million shares of Uber stock this week. Good stuff, good info. The SpongeBob chair actually looks comfortable. That actually looks comfortable. Dude, if I don't get a trade today, I'm not even mad. It's been one hell of a week. But I ain't about to give back profits because I take an emotional trade. Hell no. Guys, over on the Discord, it's 10:23 a.m. I'm going to stream on, sorry. Guys, over on YouTube, it's 10:23 a.m. I'm going to stream on YouTube until 10:30. At 10:30, I'm going to cut the stream over on YouTube, and then I'm going to go focus up on Discord with my group over there and on that stream. And then later on this morning there, we'll be doing our recaps and our live lessons on the morning and stuff like that, okay? Just a heads up, letting you know kind of like what the schedule looks like here moving forward. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and smashing that like button like you did. Really, really appreciate that. Now, let me put you the Discord link here where you can join us for free real quick. And come chat with us. So right now, Gtech has established some VWAP resistance here, okay? But it's not breaking down. It's not breaking down. This doji candle on the daily looks horrible. The whole price was 933. We're finding a little bit of resistance in that zone. 931, sorry. The previous halt to the downside. think shorts might be a little trapped here. Trapped. As long as we hold above that 860s at least. They're getting a little uncomfortable. Lgvn still under 11. Damn, the beast. Thought you liked me, man. That's funny. Oh, in that case, it's all good. It's all good, Jerry, because in the past, I don't even know how many days now. What is it? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In the past 18 days, I only have 2 red days. So, boom. I know, man. I know. Gtech really does look interesting for a potential squeeze. And there's nothing else going on, which could lead a lot of volume into Gtech. But it needs to hold that VWAP level. You got a tug of war here between these sellers and buyers. Eventually one's going to win, obviously, and you're going to get a big move in that direction. Nice, Jerry. I closed out a portion of that BA. The only place I have the BA left in is my Roth IRA. But in my other long-term swing account, like that's what it is, a long-term swing account, I closed it out. I think it was like a 218, 220 a few weeks ago. I moved some of that money into Disney and Palantir. Well, honestly, I moved all of it into Disney and Palantir. Man, this Gtech isn't giving up. The volume is slowing down a lot. Nvidia at 324. That's not a bad area. It's no longer the type of play I wanted. Getting a lot more movement here now on Gtech. I get a starter here on Gtech at 940. See if we can get that move. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. If we can break through 10, we should see an attempt at the highs, but we need to break through 10, obviously. I'd like to see it hold above 9, obviously. You know, we got that daily level, you got VWAP, 90 MA just above it. We got a nice volume breakthrough VWAP and through all those resistance zones, so it'd be nice to see it squeeze through 10. That should maybe even send it into another halt to the upside, but it's got to get through 10. 10's been a tough little area for it. If we get through the highs, 1130 zone would be a potential next area for resistance. So anything between 11 and 1130 could be the next area of resistance on it. But that's if we get through the highs. Guys, I was going to cut the stream on YouTube now at 10:30, but I am in this trade, so I can't go fiddle around with that. So I guess we're going to hang out a little bit longer while I have this trade open. This is a low volume pullback here into the support zone. All right, you could see it here on the intraday chart. Will it hold? We'll find out. It should, being as it's low volume right now, low volume pullback. If it doesn't hold, then whatever, I stop out of it. I was wrong and move on with my day. High day's 1080, so 1081. So my first take profit would be up there towards that high. I'm laughing because I'm hearing my kid out there playing in the living room with my wife. All right. Well, I'm in this trade here now, just waiting for that $10 zone to break. See if we can get that squeeze to the highs. There's really nothing else to it. It either stops me out or it goes. And that's it. That's how you have to approach it, in my opinion. This is a setup I take again tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, Saturday, Monday. So it's a setup I like. It's a setup I've traded. And right now it's lining up very well. Daily level, VWAP, low volume pullback, 9 EMA, and 23.6 fib, all lining up in that general area. It's a setup I'd take any day. Any day. It's about whether it's going to work or not. And this is why you manage risk, because not every setup works all the time. Some days they work great, some days they don't. When they don't, well, if you're wrong, you can't lose more than you're normally comfortable losing with. Right now, it's not looking the greatest. We'll see what happens down here now at VWAP. See if it can bounce off of it. If the volume starts to increase towards the downside there and 9 cracks, then well, it's done. The pattern is broken. But if we can get a nice bounce off of this level, even within the same candle, put in a nice wick, a big wick into that 9 zone, then we might get ourselves the squeeze here and get this towards 11. So we're getting that test there of $9. Yep, doesn't look like it wants to work. Yeah, it's not looking the greatest right now, guys. The only good thing it has for it right now is that the volume on this drop here is still a little bit light, but it's not looking the greatest. I'm giving it plenty of wiggle room. If it doesn't bounce soon, I'll just stop out of it and that's it. Take the L and move on. Not always, Lombardo, not always. In this case, I did. I added, so I have a regular size on this. So if I take the L on it, it'll be a regular size loss on it for me. But the key is always to make sure that, that one loss doesn't erase, multiple days of profit. You want to make it so that a loss, a full size loss, is something that you can normally make back with one good trade. And right now today, if I take an L on this, well, not if I get stopped out, if my stop is hit and I get stopped out, then what'll happen is that I'll give back less than one full day's profit on this week's, on one of this week's good days. So there goes my phone. So it's not a big deal. And that's it. But yeah, in this case here, this one I did enter with a starter and I added to it. But it's not looking the greatest right now at all. Susan, yes. That was my initial entry. That was my initial entry on it with my stop at 880. And like I said, if this trade goes against me and I get stopped out, it's no biggie because I'll be red within my risk tolerance. So I'll be red well within my risk tolerance. And then it'll be the third red day in what, like 18 days, in the last 18 or 19 trading days. So you always want to make sure, because red's going to happen. You're going to have red days. You're going to have red trades. You just want to make sure that that red isn't something that hurts. How do you do that? Well, by managing your risk, by taking upon proper share size and sticking to the plans. Yep, no problem, Lombardo. My pleasure. Yeah, so this isn't looking that great anymore. Going to let it go here at 881. If it resets itself, then I'll look at it, but I'll let it go here. Not looking the best right now. And I don't hold bags. So I'll take my L and move on. If it resets, allows me to, trade it again, I'll re-enter the trade and trade the new trade plan. Simple as that. But right now it's not looking the greatest. Lgvn not looking too hot either. That VWAP was nasty, nasty, nasty. Nvidia, which we had on watch there. Trying to get a little VWAP bounce. Things are kind of quiet. Lucid with a nice bounce back day. Very light volume penny play here on ENGA, not something I would ever trade. So rather quiet overall, it seems, on most of this stuff. RIVN super choppy. Tesla very choppy. Facebook would have never given me the entry I was looking for, which was down here. It pulled in just shy of that. No biggie. So still long that Facebook swing trade for this reverse head and shoulders. This is looking really good now. All right, guys, over on YouTube, I'm going to get over to the Discord now, just standard there and be there full time. I'm going to be cutting the stream here. Thank you very much for watching. I don't normally stream market hours, and I typically don't stream on Fridays, but right now on Monday through Thursday, I do stream 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for pre-market analysis. We formulated the pre-market game plan together. So make sure you tune in for that Monday. All right. And also here's the link to the free Discord. Come join me at the free Discord. And if you're interested in receiving the watch list that we send out every day for free, then click here for free watch list. Click here, scroll to the bottom right hand side and put your email. Send out the weekly and daily watch list there. It's been a pleasure having you guys here. Thank you very much for smashing that like button. I'm going to keep eyes on Gtech. If it resets itself, I will go after it once more. And that'll be it for me today here on the stream. And I'll catch you guys on Monday. All right. Have a good one.